The Act has also lit an old spark of American life, supporting more social ingenuity and invention in the nonprofit sector. After literally decades of hope for what Harris called a quantum leap in national and community service, the torch has finally been lit and passed, and we have the privilege of carrying it. To ensure that torch burns brightly, we have a new national leader who will design and implement and inspire and develop these programs and maintain bipartisan support for this important work. You cannot meet and work with Patrick Corvington without really liking him and respecting him and understanding why President Obama selected him to be the leader of the corporation that does this work. Born in Haiti and developing that passionate love of America that immigrants often have, Patrick took the oath of citizenship in the United States the very year that the Corporation for National Community Service was established. He worked his way through the University of Maryland, College Park, and Johns Hopkins University. Actually, probably could have used an Eli Siegel Education Award to help him along, and has devoted his life to serving the disadvantaged and the communities in which they live, from migrant workers to adjudicated youth to the homeless. He's a man with a huge heart and a big mind. Formerly a senior official at the N.E. Casey Foundation, he's worked with some of the top social innovators in the nonprofit sector and has authored publications such as Ready to Lead, Next Generation Leaders Speak Out. So here, Ready to Lead is one of America's finest next generation leaders who is ready to speak out for national community service. Please warmly welcome the CEO of the corporation, Patrick Corvington.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. How's everybody doing? I'm sorry? All right, great. I have to say before I start a couple of things. You know, I have these prepared remarks, but I got to go off script. It's the way I do it. You know, if we got to choose our own music, I would have probably chosen Al Green. Let's give it up for Al Green. Come on now. Thank you. And one more thing, I just want to state for the record right now. Never have the words Patrick Corvington and Mother Teresa been uttered in the same sentence. As a Catholic who was raised in a hardcore Catholic household, I'd like that clip sent to my mother. It's going to buy me a lot of Sundays away from church, I tell you right there. Thank you, Bridge, for that gracious introduction and the opportunity to join with you today for the one-year anniversary of the Kennedy Serve America Act. I want to offer a thanks to our host, ServiceNation, America Forward, and Voices for National Service. I also want to thank Melody Barnes, who I know who had to leave, got called back to the White House. You know, with the President's leadership, the First Lady, and Melody, national service is being woven more deeply into our American fabric. Now, I have the distinct pleasure and honor to work with Melody, but more than that, to call her a friend. She's been a great supporter and friend through this process. There are, you know, so many groups here today who deserve to be acknowledged, and at this late hour, I'm afraid if I called all of you out and recognized all of you, I'd use up all my time. And I have many things to say to you, and I know you're eager to listen. Thank you. See, here you are, just checking. All of you played such a significant role in the passage of the Serve America Act, and each of you is now actively engaged to make sure it fulfills its promise. So thank you all for that. Senator Kennedy said, "We don't have to compel citizens to serve their country. All we have to do is ask and provide them the opportunity." 1 year ago today, when President Obama signed into law the Kennedy Serve America Act, we asked Americans to serve, and in record numbers, they responded. Ted Kennedy saw national service as an ideal way for every citizen to find themselves in our American tapestry. The Serve America Act is an outstanding testament to his love of his country his fellow citizen. It stands out among a long list of things he set sail to do and got done. But we know he did not do this alone. Senator Kennedy understood that there are some things that are bigger than politics. And his co-sponsor, Senator Orrin Hatch, shares that value. In a spirit of bipartisanship rarely seen these days in Washington, so rarely, it took Senator Hatch and Senator Kennedy working with leaders in the House, working with you. Just weeks to introduce, debate, rally the votes, and pass the Serve America Act. I want to thank Senator Hatch for his deep personal commitment to service as an expression of our highest value and for his leadership and passage of this legislation. I also want to say a special thanks to Vicki Kennedy for being here today, but especially for her strong commitment to service. Now, as we've heard today, the Serve America Act is 50,000 members by 2017. But more importantly than that, it positions citizen service at the center of our nation's response to crises in education, in health, clean energy, veterans, and economic opportunity. And it challenges us to do a better job of demonstrating and measuring our ability to solve problems. Undergirding that mandate are four major goals. First, we need to fulfill the promise to make service a solution for issues like the dropout crisis and historic unemployment. Second, we need to expand opportunities for more Americans of all ages and all backgrounds to serve. Third, we need to build the capacity of individuals, organizations, and communities by giving them the skills they need to succeed. And finally, we need to embrace innovation by expanding what works and seeding innovative ideas. 1 year after its enactment, volunteering is up, momentum is strong, and a new vision for service is taking effect. At a time of great need, Americans are responding to President Obama's challenge that every American become engaged in solving problems, from creating jobs and turning around their economy to making sure that every child gets the support they need to be successful in school and in life. Citizens from all over the country are responding to this call. You know, our dialogue with the American people has confirmed something that we already knew. While Congress has expanded our mandate and giving us more resources, the American people now expect us to take service to the next level. That means, quite frankly, more focus on measuring outcomes, as well as stronger management and accountability to ensure that our efforts make a measurable difference. At the end of the day, it won't mean a thing. If we increase the number of volunteers and 1 million kids are still dropping out of school each year, it won't mean a thing, not a thing, if 15 million people are still out of work. And it won't mean a thing if the social and environmental fabric of our communities continues to decline. For too long, far too long, many of us have been satisfied by saying that we tried. But that's no longer good enough. We must not only try, we must succeed. In fulfilling the promise of the Serve America Act, we must transform service from a hope and a dream to a real solution. Now, one of the first things that we're doing at the corporation to make this a reality is taking a good look at strategy and management. I'm pleased to announce today that next month, Heather Peeler will join us as Chief Strategy Officer. And Heather has a long career in nonprofit management and comes to us from Community Wealth Ventures, where she served as a managing director. Also joining us will be Nicole Gallant, who will serve as Director of Learn and Serve and lead our education work. Nicole comes to us from Atlantic Philanthropies, where she managed the learning portfolio for the Children and Youth Program. And I should also note, Nicole began her career in education and community service as an AmeriCorps volunteer. Finally, I'm very pleased to announce that John Comberts has decided to begin his encore career as Director of AmeriCorps. Now, many of you who know John know that this is a repeat engagement for John, who served as Chief of Staff at the corporation for the great Harris Wofford. John gets applause and Harris doesn't? Come on! Now, these new additions to our team will ensure that we have the right people at the right time, the right strategies, as we step up our implementation of the Serve America Act. You know, I'm extremely fortunate to have this opportunity to lead the corporation at a pivotal moment. I came to this country as an immigrant, and what has always struck me about this country as uniquely American is the compassion that citizens in this country have in serving their communities. For many of us, service is not only a way to help others, it's a stepping stone to a better life. I think about people like Rebecca Rodriguez, who was living in Chicago public housing when she joined AmeriCorps Vista. She was a teaching assistant at the University of Illinois. She was a committed volunteer who worked hard, learned new skills, and even found time to earn her GED. Rebecca's dedication led to a full-time job helping other Latino parents improve their literacy skills. She and her family recently left public housing and bought a home of their own. Rebecca is one. Rebecca is one. But throughout this great nation, all throughout this country, in Ohio, in Utah, in Mississippi, in big cities and small towns across this great land, there are untold members and numbers of people like her who want to give more purpose to their lives by helping others. The Serve America Act will give them that chance. Service is a great force. It is a great force that unites us all. As Senator Kennedy often noted, Americans want to serve. All we have to do is ask. The Serve America Act is doing the asking. 1 year later, the good senator would be pleased to know that the Corporation for National and Community Service, the entire service community, and American citizens are responding, yes. Now, we know the numbers. We've heard the numbers. We've read the numbers. 1.5 million more volunteers since 2008. AmeriCorps preparing to grow from 75,000 members to 250,000 members. New programs abound. We have a host of new accountability measures. But it is more than that. It is much more than that. This legislation is more than the sum of its parts, the words on the page, the data, the numbers. It is the vision expressed for our country that is the soul of this bill. A vision of America in which we turn towards challenges rather than away from them. A vision for America in which we reach across the table to one another. A vision in which those in need connect with those who serve, and those in need become those who serve. That is what this bill is about. It is the passion expressed through Senator Kennedy and Senator Hatch and President Obama for the idea that is America, but more than that, for the ideal that is America. So it is fitting that we come together a year after this legislation was enacted, to say thank you. Thank you to those who made this happen. Thank you to those who tirelessly serve. And thank you to the man who gave us the vision, set the course, asked us to live lives that matter, asked us to live lives of example. In short, asked us to serve. Thank you all.